to return. Took one 99 yards to the house last week in Stillwater from zone 1. Past the 20 and tripped up. Just past the 25. Now there was great questions as to who would be under center for the Wildcats today, and we find out it is Skylar Thompson, the 6th-year senior, making his 33rd career start. Over 6,000 total yards, 54 total touchdowns. Starting the first 3 games back in 2020, injured his shoulder, missed the rest of the year. Comes back for his 6th season and now is trying to calm the crowd. He's probably trying to calm himself a little bit also. Vaughn, a good carry on first down. As this K-State offense looking for more balance this week.
And Skylar should provide that. The knee injury does not affect the throwing motion at all. Noah Johnson's the 6th-year captain. Those two are roommates, Skylar and Noah. A lot of trust between the two of them. He's the mouthpiece right in the middle, looking for a little more production on the perimeter. But you just heard it from the crowd. Deuce Vaughn, their most electric player. They will move him around today. They're not going to put him as a stationary target. Just like right now, he is spread out and empty.
Thompson with a good pocket, and it's right through the hands of Vaughn, K-State's 3rd leading receiver. Meanwhile, for Oklahoma on defense, Brock, it has been years since the Sooners' D has been this good.
I don't think I've ever said violent for the last decade. That is what Perrion Winfrey is in the middle. Isaiah Thomas as well, highly productive. Nick Bonito at the 2nd level will be a pro. He's added an immense amount of strength and physicality to the speed he came in with. And on the secondary, they're scrappy, man. They are tough. They're going to be, though, without Turner Yell today. It'll be Key Lawrence. It'll be Justin Broyles. Some new pieces on the back end of the Sooner defense.
Well, they go empty again on 3rd and 3. Thompson delivers, and he finds Vaughn this time. He makes the catch for the first down. Pick up a 5 and a first for the Wildcats.
Yeah, he does not drop many, and that shows the 6th-year experience of Skylar to go right back to him. Right, an immense amount of trust in that freshman All-American. So productive a year ago, running it and catching it out of the backfield. That settles the nerves down a little bit to see the chains move.
Now, Vaughn last year against the Sooners, 164 total yards, 77 through the air. And a whistle. False start on K-State.
False start. Offense, number 87. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
That's Nick Leonard's, the tight end.
That is something that Kansas State has to avoid, just physically in this matchup with a salty front 7 like Oklahoma. You can't put yourself behind the chains. Chris Kleinman knows it. He's got enough personnel to execute when they're on schedule. They will mix run and pass. You will see QB run game throughout. But Chris knows those pre-snap mental errors like that come back to bite you.
Now, Kleinman never ruled out Skylar Thompson this week, but he sure made it sound like it would be Will Howard. But instead, the 6th-year senior gets the start after missing the last 2 weeks. Now we have a timeout for K-State.
Kansas State, their first charge timeout of the half. This will be a 30-second timeout, 30 seconds in length.
Opening drive of the game as Chris Kleinman and this K-State offense has been able to go toe-to-toe with Oklahoma, which the last 2 years, their offense, of course, prolific. This year it has not been the same. This season, back at home with their 6th-year senior, Deuce Vaughn, there are certainly higher hopes now with Thompson under center as Kleinman 15 and 12, but more importantly, 2-0 against Oklahoma.
I mean, it's almost comical, Aaron, when you look at Lincoln at 49 and 8 on the other side. 49 and 8, and Kleinman right there has beaten him twice. A quarter of the losses for Lincoln Riley have been to this quarterback and that head coach, who have found a way in some very bizarre games, huge swings of emotion in the last 2 matchups.
On 1st and 15, Malik Knowles, the Tunner screen, and that is sniffed out and not going anywhere. Isaiah Coe over there. Well, all the talk in years past about the Sooners offense, this year it has been the defense stealing the headlines.
For a lot of years, Aaron, in watching Oklahoma, the defense was an afterthought. It was all about their offense, but those ranks are real. The tape, the eye in the sky doesn't lie. Like that last play, Coe, defensive tackle, pursuing downfield and physical at every level.
Thompson slings it out to Knowles, overthrows him. 3rd and long coming up for the Wildcats. DJ Graham right there in the coverage.
You see the challenge of that false start and what it just does to you. It just puts you in situations that are not your strength. And now you're going to line up Chris Kleiman against an Oklahoma crew and their defense, and Alex Grinch, that can just tee off on you. Nick Benito is a monster, number 11. Perrion Winfrey, Isaiah Thomas. You tell them pass, as 3rd and 14 does, it is danger time for your offense.
Thompson steps up. Vaughn. Vaughn's got the first down inside Sooner territory. Pickup of 20.
So good. And this is what comes with 6 years of experience. You're going to see Vaughn, and he's little, and he sneaks right between the trees. Right, he gets hidden in here, and Skyler knows exactly where he's at, and that's the one-on-one tackle you have to make. But good luck, Brian Asamoah, the linebacker there in space against Deuce Vaughn. This is advantage. Deuce, anytime you can get 22 in the open field, Aaron, it's difficult for anybody in college football to tackle him one-on-one.
5th in the conference in total yards a game. They bring Joe Urban into the backfield. Urban gets his first carry. Brought down by Billy Bowman, a pickup of 3.
I'm going to be watching this play clock very closely. Had a good conversation, really, with both sides. Lincoln Riley and the Oklahoma guys saying, you know what, man, everybody looks at the points scored and thinks we have all sorts of issues. We're not getting a lot of bites at the apple. Right, 9 possessions the last 2 games because teams have been doing this, possessing the football against him and not giving that potent offense the opportunities time and again.
Back to Urban, trying to stretch it out. And he was tackled for a loss. Justin Broyles to push him back and out of bounds. Alex Grinch, you can tell, 3rd-year DC for Oklahoma, it pained him last year's game. It physically pained him. He said earlier in the week that he knows that he probably should have shown his defense more game tape from last year, but it hurt him so much to go back and watch it.
Yeah, a big lead, and both he and Lincoln Riley said maybe the worst 15 minutes in their career. The 4th quarter, 21-point lead, and you just fall apart. That's not happened this year, and with their personnel, I don't think it'll happen again.
9th play of the opening drive coming. Thompson has a man wide open at the 40. Finds Sammy Wheeler, just his 3rd catch of the year. Converted quarterback picks up 6.
Decision-making time now. And our first little indicator here, head coach against head coach. These are the little chess matches that Chris Kleiman will have an opportunity to take advantage of, and that just does not look like a little try to drive them off sides. He's going to the wristband. And more than likely here, going to go for it again to keep Alex's defense on the field and that Oklahoma group, that offense, off of it.
Thompson, strike over the middle. Brandon Bebe, the Illinois transfer. He was questionable today. Picks up 12 and a first down.
Just a little mesh concept. You're running people underneath, and then you want to get Bebe right over the ball, right? You want to stretch that zone defense out. You will see the crossers underneath create just enough of a window. As a QB, you love to see that shade open up, that window of opportunity, especially on 4th and 5. Skyler looks pretty sharp for missing his last 3 games.
And Bebe a little banged up. Just his 4th catch of the year. They have big hopes for him this season. Thompson looking for Malik Knowles. Catch made inside the 15 and a first down.
You said to me right before Aaron, you said, can these guys win one-on-one? How important is it for these wideouts? They don't have a touchdown reception on the season from their wideouts. Boy, that's well done there, turning the corner around Jaden Davis. The kind of speed, when you have 99-yard kickoff returns on your resume, you gain the respect of corners. You get on their toes like that and turn them. Again, you give now Skyler an opportunity for his 6th completion on the opening drive.
Only 2 touchdown receptions by the Wildcats this year. None from a wideout. Little shimmy. Chicardier right. The ball is out of the Sooners. Have it go the other way. With the convoy. Past the 30. taken down, and what looked like a magnificent opening drive for K-State. They cough it up, and the Sooners take advantage. 64-yard return, Nick Bonito.
Yeah, there's 3 Sooners that converge here. And that ball is clearly out. There's no question. Reggie Grimes is ripping at it. Broyles is underneath. You see the effort and the energy of this Oklahoma defense. Pursue, pursue, pursue. It's about the ball. And Johnny on the spot is Nick Bonito, showing off his old running back skills, transitioning from linebacker hand plant. Stay up to returner, and what a killer. And I was just thinking before that carry, I'd be careful putting the 3rd running back in right now. Cody Wright's not gotten a lot of touches. He is the 3rd tailback for K-State. Unfortunately, he takes a blow for the guys in purple in a big-time response down near the red zone for Oklahoma.
Only his 5th carry of the year, to your point. Well, everything was going according to plan, if not better than that, for K-State until now. Spencer Rattler, 13-2 as a starter. One of those losses coming last year to K-State. He threw a career-high 3 interceptions. Short field ahead, inside the 20. Marvin Mims. Mims with a stiff arm and stays on his feet and is crushed. You talk about getting level after 2nd effort. Sincere Mason, first-year Wildcat, laying the lumber.
I love that call. You need to get 17 more involved. And K-State, well, they show you they can pursue on their side of the ball as well. Sincere Mason making the start for an injured T.J. Smith, but I expect to see a whole lot of 17 today.
Rattler on the draw. Brought down. Now Daniel Deuce Green, their most vicious tackler, really the heartbeat of this defense.
But it's the line stunt in front. It is the movement in front once again that you've got just free runners. Eli Huggins wins inside a defensive tackle. Movement against this O-line has been the biggest challenge, Aaron, in this crowd on 3rd down.
Mims the man in motion in the slot. Rattler finds his running back Eric Gray. Gray's got a first down inside the 10. His first touch. Gray, the Tennessee transfer, most carries in the Sooner backfield.
That's screen number 1. Write it down. If you don't see a half-dozen screens to different people, Lincoln Riley's not doing his job today. And you're going to see it to running backs, to tight ends. A little wrinkle there. I love it. A little hesitation in the backfield. You let your people get in front of your runner. Tight end screen, running back screen, receiver screen. You're going to see it all. K-State struggles against it.
1st and goal at the 8. Back to Mims. Mims angling to the pylon and brought down just around the 1 by Russ East.
9 times he hit that 8 last year. He's still looking for his first this season. He's right in the slot. This is a bubble screen. So again, another screen concept. Runners in front, and I love it, man. They need Mims to get going. He's dynamite. 9 touchdowns a year ago. And Lincoln Riley, that's excellent coaching, trying to get him the ball early.
They have put Caleb Williams in. Williams in at quarterback for Rattler. Better run QB. 2nd and goal from the 1, and he lost the snap. Williams wisely just falls on top of it. That did not go according to plan.
Well, watch the freshman's eyes. Securing that snap, his eyes are looking at the defense almost the entire way. Right there, you see it at the very end too. Kind of like Jacardi right on the other side, right? You put somebody into an environment they're not in very much. The freshman there takes his eyes off it. You know that's run. He's trying to see where and who he's going to run over. But you got to secure the snap first, young fella.
Rattler back in there. 3rd and goal now to 13. Rattler pressured and a flag.
Before the ball was snapped, false start. Offense, number 56. Penalty. Still 3rd down.
I'll back up the Sooners even more. Rattler is brought down. Timmy Horn, the Charlotte transfer.
Well, you're dropping 8 into coverage, just a 3-man rush that gets home eventually. You may have had a shot right there to Braden Willis over the middle. Outside of that, everybody else is covered. Spencer protects the football. Again, look at 8 defenders out there. Everybody is covered on the perimeter. Burkett on the attempt to kill.
40 yards. This is nothing but a chip shot for Burkett. He won the game last week as time expired, and he's good from 40 out. Oklahoma had it at the 1, and they settle for a 40-yard field goal.
Young running backs and receivers. That guy just got everything out of his ability. A couple weeks ago, West Virginia did last week, limit the number of opportunities for Oklahoma's offense.
Thompson under center. They give to Deuce Vaughn. Picks up 3. Vaughn was held to 22 rushing yards last week against Oklahoma State. It snapped 5 straight games dating back to last year with over 100 yards on the ground for one of the most electric players in any backfield in the Big 12. The give to Knowles, sheds a tackle. Turns upfield, gets a block. He's got the first down for the Wildcats.
That is 3 broken tackles right here. I did not love Knowles' effort in the one-on-ones in the passing game a week ago in Stillwater. There's 1 broken tackle. There's 2 broken tackles. There's 3, a little palm to the face of Pat Fields. But he has shown it in the return game. He can be absolutely electric. A nice catch earlier. Beautiful jet sweep there, breaking tackles. Nice response after a rough one a week ago.
That's a pickup of 16. Thompson out to the boundary. Wide open has Landry. Weber's got a first down. Angling to the sideline and shoved down by Key Lawrence. Another big play. This one good for 25 yards.
Well, I'm guessing his pops upstairs probably making some noise on the radio call for Kansas State. The Campbell Trophy semifinalist, his dad Stan, a star here back when, and a nice job once again in the open field of making people miss. We saw it from Vaughn on the previous drive. That time from the slot receiver Weber. How about the protection? A banged up knee. I think that O-line knows it. The quarterback is not at 100%, and I love the effort of the big guys up front, giving Skyler plenty of time.
Weber was a surprise at training camp. Vaulted up the depth chart, but that was only his 4th catch of the year. Thompson on play action. Lobs it. Underthrown and almost intercepted. A gift. Key Lawrence can't make the catch. The Tennessee transfer.
And you wonder if that is Turner Yell as a K-State lineman is down. It's just going to be the right concept to beat man coverage. You're trying to run a little rubber out here, but you can see on the back end of it, you do not fool Key Lawrence at all. Too much air on the ball, and Howard avoids.
Timeout, Kansas State. Their second charge.
Your screen. K-State does not have a touchdown pass to a wide receiver this year. In motion, Brooks. They sling it out that way. Brooks angling to the pylon. Touchdown, K-State.
To the coach for that decision. It's protecting them.
Zender to kick it away. Mario Williams back deep for the Sooners.
Environments, but it is certainly a very different brand of winning than they've been used to at Norman.
Rattler zips it beneath the fingertips of Michael Woods. Woods coming off a career-best 8 catches last week, the Arkansas transfer.
And that play, a perfect picture to what Lincoln says. We are so close. The margin is so close. Well, that throw, if it is on the numbers, could have been a 20, 30-yard explosive play. But that's the line. Those are the little plays, little details, and the ones are not hitting.
Hand it off. Kennedy Brooks. Brooks with a big run and a first down. Pickup of 15. That should take us to the end of the first quarter. A first quarter that has been dominated by time of possession and Skylar Thompson and his K-State offense. The name of the game in recent years for Lincoln Riley and this OU offense. Not the same this year, though.
Nope. And that's another reason that you've had limited possessions, because you have not scored quickly that they've been used to in the past. And that opening throw on first down, explosive possibility missed.
They hand to Hall. Hall sheds a tackle and gets it out just past the 45.
One of my favorite players in college football. He made the trip to Big 12 Media Day. He's been around a long time. He does everything. He's a blocker. He's a little more of a receiver than he is a runner. But watch number 27 if you want to watch a guy play all out every snap he's on the field.
Rattler the pass. In traffic, and the catch is made for the first down by Drake Stoops, his 7th catch this year. Son of legendary Bob Stoops, Fox's own now, gain of 11.
The ball is even tipped, a little distraction drill hit by 2 guys. It shows you the toughness of the younger Stoops. Yep, he's feeling it.
Rattler the bootleg pressure, setting up the screen. He finds Hall. Hall's second touch on this drive. And a good pickup, a couple of yards short. TJ Smith, who did not practice until Thursday for the Wildcats, is available to play, help make the tackle.
And I would like to see Rattler out of the pocket. Lincoln Riley didn't ask me for any advice. He doesn't need to. But if I were his play caller, Spencer, I think he's best on the move. Inside the tackles, there's a learning curve he's still climbing. Outside of it, I think his arm is electric on the move as anybody in college football.
Brooks waiting for a block, first down run, and pushed out of bounds. Leading rusher for the Sooners. He opted out last year, but before that, back-to-back 1,000-yard campaigns.
Just a little outside zone. I think Oklahoma, and talking to their people, are going to keep it simple in the run game. Make it easier on the big guys. A little bit of zone inside and outside. Success earlier for Brooks on an inside zone. That time a stretch zone, and his patience really creating the chunk run.
He picks up 9 for his career. He's averaging over 7 yards a carry. He's scored over 20 touchdowns. Back to the ground. Back to Brooks. Brooks this time not going anywhere. And the question is, can OU establish the run? Last year, Brooks and Gray combined for just 55 yards, barely 3 yards per carry block. In total, the Sooners 55 yards on the ground last week. It was their fewest since 2012.
Well, they have to sustain blocks so much better up front. They have to identify and target who they are blocking as well. This group right here has been some moving pieces, some transfers in. Getting them on the same page will be critical.
Play action. Rattler steps up. He tucks. He'll run it himself. He's got a first down scamper. Inside the 15. Brought down by Jalen Pickle. That's a pick of 14 yards.
Again, just a 3-man rush as Oklahoma's using a little bit of tempo here, and Spencer can feel it. You want to drop out on me? You give me a lane to run, I'll take advantage.
Sooners can get a first down at the 3-yard line. Ground-heavy attack this drive. Kennedy Brooks inside the 10 now. Daniel Green with a tackle. He picks up 3.
Really, this scheme, Aaron, is inviting you to be patient in the run game. Kansas State made a wholesale switch. Chris Kleiman, his defensive staff, they have become a 3-down front, and when you do, you are honestly tempting an offense to say, are you patient enough to take 3- and 5-yard runs, because there are plenty of bubbles to run into.
Rattler rolls, connects. Willis, flag is down.
Holding. Offense, number 56. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Still second down.
The senior, Chris Murray.
Transfer from UCLA. I think they could have also gotten Hayes downfield as well. He's a good 5 yards downfield on that play. We saw with the fumbled snap on the first drive, right? Move 20 to 20 with ease. Get down there. You fumble the snap at the 1-yard line. The backup quarterback coming in, Caleb. And that time a holding goal again now sets you back behind those chains.
We saw a lot. Marvin Mims with the opening drive. Has not been featured on this drive. Meanwhile, the catch is made right by the 5. Austin Stogner, his first catch, big target, 6'6".
That is so good, and that is reflective of what I said earlier about Spencer on the move. You see Stogner right here go into a big zone, someone in his face, and that is a flick of the wrist some 25 yards in the air. There's just not a lot of guys that can do that in college football. There's a lot of them that can plant their feet and throw strikes to Stogner, but to do it on the move is where Spencer, I honestly believe, is the most gifted right now in his development as a quarterback.
Now, Rattler found Stogner last week in similar territory. Stogner's first touchdown catch of the year. 3rd and 1 now. And a timeout call.
Timeout. Oklahoma, their first charge timeout of the half.
We'll be right back. American League wildcard very much up in the air with a couple of games to play. All right, what do you say here? 3rd and 1 for Oklahoma.
I said the mindset's 4-down territory, and I just had a long talking to with my big fellas up front to run right at an undersized front 7.
Kennedy Brooks in the backfield. Instead, they run around the edge to the goal line, in for the touchdown, Jeremiah Hall. Sooners answer and take a second quarter lead.
He is so enjoyable to watch. I sent you guys some tape earlier this week of him as just one of the more violent blockers on this team. So you're going to see the run, and I love it. You get all of those defenders laterally pursuing, and you give Hall an opportunity and tremendous blocking outside. Put a little star by Jordan Hazelwood as well. A big block on the edge to help his buddy get in the end zone.
Perkins for the point after. Now, Hall featured numerous times on that 75-yard drive for Oklahoma. Number 6 team of the country takes a 10-7 lead.
Fullback, he's an H-back, he's a tight end. He can catch it, he can run it, he loves to block. And that time he gets rewarded for lots of his efforts to hit pay dirt on the ground.
Malik Knowles lets this go through the end zone.
Coverages, protections. The guy loves ball.
Christian Duffy is back in a tackle for K-State after having to leave the field earlier. This is Irvin. He busts one for a first down. He picks up a dozen.
Again, I think my biggest surprise, Aaron, is what is going on up front here, both in pass protection, which has been a lot of the action today, and that time a good cut block in the middle, another good one, cuts down the linebacker at the second level, Witter. Guys in purple at the line of scrimmage, lots of experience, everybody returns, and this is about as good as a unit I have seen them play this season, and Irvin and Vaughn, the beneficiaries.
Thompson goes empty. 6-year quarterback. Was doubtful for today, but ends up making the start. He's missed the last 2 games. Thompson with time. The sideline, he finds Malik Knowles. Tight coverage, Latrell McCutcheon, but Knowles, who has been a little more active today. Now, certainly the quarterback situation helps with that.
Well, I don't think there's any question about it. So does the protection. Right? This is an Oklahoma group with 14 sacks, so many pressures. And you go empty, it is incumbent on those 5 guys to block the 4 and maybe even identify who the 5th is. And they're getting it done, and they're giving a quarterback playing at 80% on a bad knee. Plenty of opportunity.
Mason Barta in as the fullback as they give to Vaughn. Vaughn just needed 1 to get the first down. Well, on a day where they honor the great Darren Sproles, inducted to the K-State Athletic Hall of Fame. Both 5'6". Sproles a little heavier. You can see in his career just over 6 yards per carry. Vaughn a yard behind him, but Vaughn He saw a lot of Darren Sproles in his younger years.
Yeah, he sure did. He said, you know, it wasn't the reason he came to K-State. He watched everybody, Walter Payton, Barry Sanders, all of them. But it was Darren Sproles and his ability to go, you know what? It doesn't matter if I'm 5'6". That vision and those instincts, I could play at any level, including, I think, a shot for Deuce at the next one, too.
They call his number again. He gets out to midfield. Vaughn has taken the pass-catching role of his position so seriously. It was really a point of emphasis for him to know not only what he was doing on every play, but the rest of his teammates as well.
Yeah, it's protections. It's in the run game. It is the why. You know, when we hear that an awful lot, players want to know the why. You tell me the why, you give me that answer, I'll run through a wall for you. And as I said, the son of a long-time coach seeks those answers, and he gets them.
His dad now is Scott for the Cowboys. On play action, Thompson. Knowles can't hold on. He was open for a first down reception. Instead, it's 3rd and long.
Now throw a little bit inside. I think Skyler knows he could put it to the outside, but this is Vaughn. Watch him come across the formation. Saw him as a lead blocker. This time he comes across, he hides out, and he takes the legs of Broyles right out. And this throw needs to be about a yard to the boundary, make it a little bit easier. Still one that Knowles has to bring in, and he knows it.
Sets up 3rd and long now. Long throw finds Brooks. And Brooks is shy of the first down. Brooks had the touchdown catch earlier. Justin Broyles shoves him out of the boundary. 4th down.
You see Oklahoma say enough's enough. We're going to bring 5. We're going to bring an extra guy, at least try to impact that pocket a little bit. But once again, man, aggressiveness has been the name of the game today. Alex Grinch thinking I'm off the field, 4th and 4. Not so fast as K-State at least is lining up to run a play.
Now K-State 2 of 5 on 3rd down. 2 for 2 on 4th down.
Come on, boy.
First down, Wildcats.
That's just one-on-one, man. The ultimate team game still so many times comes down to one-on-one. We saw Brooks earlier on the touchdown. This time, this is what he does best in that slot. Kind of looks like a Tyler Lockett that wore the purple back in the day that we've watched dominate at the NFL level right there in the slot. That is a tough matchup. His quickness is unique.
And we talked to Dave Aranda last week in Waco at Baylor.
Yep.
And the pressure it puts on a defense when you go for it on 4th down. The second-year head coach, former DC for LSU. Flag comes in.
It's going to be the right tackle, Duffy.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense, number 73, 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
And that is now the 3rd pre-snap, just mechanics. One time was 12 in the huddle. That is the 2nd false start. Right, and those just typically come back to bite you and sting you. And something that Chris Kleinman's teams, the 4 national titles up there with North Dakota State, that they stayed away from. They were clean in that phase of the game. You can live with a holding call. You're going to get beat sometimes. But it's those pre-snap penalties drives coaches crazy.
Is able to get rid of it. He overthrows Nick Lenners. Is able to avoid the sack. They were all over him.
Ooh, and he had a touchdown, too, trying to set up a double move. But Oklahoma, finally, again, Alex Grinch says, no, I'm not going to just sit back here. Actually bring 6. Skyler does enough to get rid of it. But if he had time, he had Brooks wide open. A double move in that slot. He was running up the field, but that's the dice. You got to roll with your Alex Grinch. You're 4 or not getting home. And he's sick and tired of watching him get blocked.
2nd and 15 now. On the flank, Cade Warner, the Nebraska transfer, former Cornhusker captain. Son of Hall of Famer Kurt Warner. Warner's 2nd catch this year.
But once again now, 3rd and 11. You know what the mindset is. Just get half of it. Right? They have shown 3 times today that you're going to have to play all 4 downs, Oklahoma. So this call is going to have to be beyond the sticks. Just get half of it and create a manageable fourth down.
All kinds of space to run. And a first down run by Deuce Vaughn. Here comes the late flag.
Boy, what a great call, huh? Jeez. Courtney Messingham is on it today for Coach Kleiman. This may be after the first down.
After the play, and after the runner gained for a first down, dead ball, personal foul, number 76 on the offense. That's a 15-yard penalty. It's first down.
Josh Rivas.
This is one of those points of emphasis around the pile, right? The big left guard. He's battled through injury. He's an absolute warrior for these guys. You can't call it any better. If you're Messingham, the OC, the draw play, so much space for Vaughn, and you'll see Rivas come in right there, and that's what they're trying to avoid. They don't want guys teeing off. 10 years ago, not a penalty. Today it is.
Give it back to Vaughn. Vaughn pushed out by Deshaun White.
Oh, Liam, what a great job by the big guys out in front of Vaughn, man. They are chopping these guys down. This is the best this group in purple up front has played all year. They've had some good games in spurts. I do think having a quarterback that they trust and they believe and they know what they got is empowering them. They are playing some high-level football on the offensive line.
Thompson finds Malik Knowles. And Knowles is gang tackled shy. Now, Knowles has been an emphasis of this K-State offense in the first half. It's a loss of one.
I said to you earlier, a double move touchdown. Nearly another one here. Brooks, play action pass, and I love the call on 2nd and 1. Yeah, Brooks on a post route. He turned it down. I think opportunities that the staff, Coach Kleiman, will look at and say, man, there are still some bigger plays to be had down the field.
You got Joe Irvin, the bigger running back, in the eye. The hand to Irvin, breaks the tackle, and gets the first down.
Now, you can do that. You can move the pile on a QB sneak. You can move the pile if your buddy is stood up in the pile. It's just you can't tee off around it. The hard run in Irvin, that's what he brings. Push those big fellas behind to make sure those chains move. And once again, Aaron, this clock is just a ticking. 2 possessions for Oklahoma in this entire first half.
K-State has been able to sustain drives. They have milked this clock. Ben Sennett, 1 catch this year, and they're excited to have him back. Hurt his elbow in fall camp. Last week saw his first real action. Can't make the catch at 2nd and 10.
And that is a minus on both grade sheets. And you could see Skyler right there hit his chest. He knows it. Yeah, you would love to see your fullback make that catch, but Skyler could put it in a little bit easier spot. And again, look at the time of possession. That is the recipe. That is the book right now to keep it close on Oklahoma. You own the football. A bunch of 4th down conversions, a big part of this first half.
Zips it to the 10. Brooks is there for the first down.
Wonderful job. Skyler with a healthy knee may look to run it. He knows today, I'm going to step up into that pocket. We've seen him go to checkdowns. Look at his eyes and his vision, scanning the entire field. And that is a mismatch. That is your quickest little receiver in Brooks on the safety field. You're going to win that one-on-one.
It's a gain of 19. First and goal from the 10. Vaughn. Stretching it out. Oh, my goodness. He got leveled by Pat Fields.
That is what number 10 likes to do, and you're going to hear it. Like Evans, a running back, you're bigger than. Not a lot of running backs have had Fields at 5 or 6 foot, 200 pounds. Not a ton of them that he outweighs by 30, so when he does, he's going to bring the thump.
Knowles and Brooks, bottom of your screen.
Man.
Pressure and wrapped up and brought down Isaiah Thomas. Gives to Skylar Thompson.
Yeah, confusion here. For all of the praise, I've given that offensive line a little bit of confusion here at right tackle. He feels the threat of a linebacker, Duffy. He looks inside, and that is untouched, and that's an absolute no-no. There's got to be a little better communication. Typically, Aaron, you love to block inside out, but that linebacker was not in the gap near enough. And when you give Isaiah a free run, he is going to finish.
That's a loss of 9. Third and goal from the 19 now. Knowles isolated top of your screen. Instead, they set it up to Brooks. Brooks is swarmed. Pushed out of bounds at the 15 by DJ Graham.
If I'm Oklahoma, I'm taking a timeout right now.
Tatum Winkle, first-year Wildcat, JUCO transfer, lining up for a 30-yard field goal, try to tie it up. He is good. With 90 seconds to play in the first half. 19 plays, their longest drive since 2015. That's even better than what they could have hoped for.
And how about Oklahoma, with a minute and a half to go, offensively have run 18 plays, all half.
Zentner boots it away. Williams calls for the fair catch. Plays. Wildcats have run more than double that of the Sooners. You know, Rattler's 7 for 8, but he's just been barely on the field.
And Skylar Thompson doubtful all week. If this was the NFL, I think there'd be people shaking their heads like, hold on a second, you designate doubtful? That means he's not going to play. Cleared to play. He's been excellent this first half. And this is where Rattler's been good. He was dynamic. The game-winning field goal drive last week in a situation similar, and they will get the ball to begin the second half. A chance to double up.
2 for 1 for the Sooners. Rattler pressured, flushed, being pursued. To the sideline, caught just shy of the first down. He finds Willis. Felix Anyudike Uzama with the pressure.
Call that dash protection. That's actually built in to do that. Once again, getting Spencer on the move. Lincoln sees what I see. Number 7's at his best when he's creating and moving.
Early movement.
Ball start. Offense, number 52, 5-yard penalty, still second down.
Tyrese Robinson. I mean, it is amazing, isn't it, that Rattler and the Sooners have barely been on the field, and yet this is a tied game.
Yep. We've been their MO the last couple weeks.
They've played consecutive 9-possession games, back-to-back weeks, with the lowest point total in the Lincoln Riley era. Rattler, all kinds of time. He will tuck it. Takes off on his own. He's got the first down for the Sooners.
Trying to set up a little screen to the wide receiver there, a concept they love so much. And once again, heady play from Spencer. If it is not there, he's not sitting as a sitting duck between the tackles. He's getting out and running. Effective.
He picks up 11. Wide open, and right there a step before he gets out of bounds. Mario Williams, the true freshman. 57 seconds to play as the clock stops. And the Sooners have Gabe Burkich, one of the biggest legs in college football.
Got him. Free play.
Rattler zips in tight coverage, incomplete. He was looking for Marvin Mims. Another flag comes in.
Well, that's going to be on stubble field. That's another advantage of taking a shot down the field. And Aaron Rodgers, the best in the world at doing this.
Stubblefield out last week against Oklahoma State. Broke his hand. That's why he's got the club on his left hand.
Well, he clubbed Mims early. That's going to be pass interference. 2 defenders in the neutral zone. The whole sidelines knew it. And you could hear him almost scream to Spencer, take a shot. So you know, even an interception, you're going to get it back.
There were multiple fouls, all by the defense. Offside, number 40 of the defense. That penalty is declined. Offside, number 90 of the defense. That penalty is declined. Pass interference. Defense, that penalty is accepted. 15-yard penalty in the spot, automatic. First down.
You see the clap here, snap count, 2 Wildcats clearly in the neutral zone. Very easy for Spencer, and you can gain this opportunity too. Okay, whether it's a big play catch or an even interception, you know, gets turned back. Pass interference, big 15-yard penalty as well. Another reason why you take that shot when you know those guys are in the neutral zone.
That sets up 1st and 10 inside the 40 now. Underneath to Gray. Slips a tackle with the spin. He's close to a first down.
You got to hurry now, get to the line. You only have 1 timeout remaining.
Second and 1 from the 30.
Taking too much time. I mean, this is 10, 12 seconds, too much time.
Loose ball. Rattler able to recover. And he might have the first down. It is a first down for the Sooners. Under 20 seconds. He kills it. Back to the previous play.
Well, it's back-to-back weeks, you and I on a broadcast, and that ball can bounce a little bit funny. He's reading the mesh. That is an in-between. Do I give it? Do I keep it? And he is very fortunate that that ball just dribbled right in front of him to pick up. Otherwise, that could have been an incredibly damaging giveaway right before half. Push the ball. And I know here K-State is just rushing 3, dropping 8. I still would give one of my big receivers an opportunity down the field.
OU calls timeout, their final timeout.
Well, this week, Gabe Burkich is a weapon for us. 9 50-yard field goals, the game winner a week ago. You know you've got that in your back pocket, but you cannot throw this underneath the sticks with no timeouts and only 15 seconds to go.
Incredibly, only the 3rd possession of the first half, lowest ever in a half under Lincoln Riley. On 2nd and 10, Rattler hums it into a tight window, and it's caught for the first down. Jaden Hazelwood. They hurry up. That's a pickup of 18. Spikes it with 6 seconds to play.
The ball had some sauce on it. That is a tight window, and that is a flick of the wrist. And if you don't have those kind of RPMs, if that ball is not moving, again, what I always say when people downplay arm strength, oh, arm strength doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how hard you throw. Yes, it does. Tight windows and big moments like that, it absolutely plays a role. Sorry about that, boys.
Well, you were getting hot. All right, for this, Burkich. I like it. For the lead, 27 yards out. It is amazing. Oklahoma has had 3 possessions. They have found points each time. Burkich's 2nd field goal today. Sooners have barely been on the field with 2 seconds to play the first half. They've got the lead.
Well, part of it's your defense for Lincoln Riley, right? And I think going into halftime, there's a conversation with Alex Grinch. Like, listen, we're going to have to play not 3 downs of defense, but obviously we've got to play 4 against Chris Kleiman on the other side.
As Burkich gets set to kick it away. And Puchet. Oh, boy. It's a live ball, and K-State gets on top of it. Thompson will take a knee. And at the end of the first half, number 6 Oklahoma leading Kansas State in Manhattan 13-10. Would take you out to L.A. Mike Hill, Emmanuel Acho, and Chris Peterson. Got the State Farm halftime show, guys. In Manhattan, Kansas. Our first half stats sponsored by Geico. It's really incredible when you look at K-State. 41 plays compared to 26 for the Sooners. Nearly 20 minutes time of possession for K-State. And yet, Oklahoma, a 13-10 lead. Sooners just 3 possessions in the first half. Aaron Goldsmith, Brock Heward. Brock, this Sooners offense has been under such a microscope. What have you made of it and Spencer Rattler in the first half?
Well, I think they've been efficient when they've had the ball. Three times they've had it. 3 scores. Now you'd like touchdowns. The fumbled snap was killer right at the beginning. The young freshman in there loses a snap. Caleb Williams. Outside of that, they've gone up and down the field. This defense for K-State, we knew this was going to test their patience. Just the way that they play schematically. Are you going to be patient enough to take it underneath and take the checkdowns and run the football at Chris Kleiman? And they've been largely successful. But I'm imagining still a lot of Oklahoma fans saying, can we get an explosive play? Can we just see a game-changing moment? Special teams in the passing game, a run that breaks it all the way, something easy, because everything in this first half, like the last few weeks, has been earned.
Oklahoma into the first half of the ball. They will start the second half with the ball as well from their own 25. Time for our second half connection, brought to you by AT&T Business, keeping your business connected with AT&T 5G.
And a pretty good job by Rattler. Well, in this case, the sack here was early, and this was Kansas State at times with some of that movement disrupting them and getting to Spencer Rattler. And then eventually you see him settle down, start to see that space. This is what I like to see, man. When you play in this kind of scheme, will they get you every once in a while with some stunts and movement? Yes, but you got to be patient. I thought he was.
Michael Woods has it for a first down catch and run. Michael Boydo with the tackle to pick up a 13.
And Spencer out on the move. Right, that's about the 5th or 6th different time. Bootleg, dash, sprint out that time. Just get away from any of the chaos between the tackles and let that arm talent come to shine.
On the ground with Eric Gray. Cuts back. He's got a first down run. Sooners moving the sticks. First 2 plays of the opening drive of the second half. Good for 16.
This is a really nice job. You're going to see him put his foot in the ground. Right past the line here. It's this move right here. Bam! I'm going to set that foot in the ground, and I'm going to get north and south. He's a physical guy, man. All these running backs today, not the biggest in stature, but lots and lots of physicality.
Rattler, time. To the short side of the field, and he will just run it out of bounds. One of the questions for OU entering today, would they be able to effectively run the ball, coming off just 57 yards last week at home against West Virginia, their lowest total in a win since 2008 versus TCU?
I think that answer is yes for Lincoln Riley. He doesn't flinch. He doesn't panic. He believes in his assistant, Bill Beatonbow, one of the best O-line coaches out there, that he would get everybody on the same page. And this K-State crew is not West Virginia. And those Mountaineers in their front 7 is physical as anybody in the Big 12. Not the case today.
Back to Gray. Cuts upfield. And Gray's got enough for a first down. First half has been tough. Last 3 games for the Sooners, they've combined for 27 first half points. Fewest over a 3-game span in a single season since 2006. Keep in mind, Sooners coming off their second week of their fewest points scored under Lincoln Riley. 16 points last week as they escaped with a win against the Mountaineers. Rattler. Long throw behind his intended target. Mario Williams with his palms up.
Yeah, and that one is just in between. Mario runs by the corner, and usually when you see this kind of speed get on top of the corner right here, I'm leaving. Put that ball in front of me. There was not a safety behind Spencer. I think just a miss there, a miss in communication, because typically Spencer would see that. Receivers behind the corner, giving a chance deep. That's what Mario was looking for.
Rattler checks down and finds Braden Willis for the first down. It's a big 10 10.
Yeah, this is almost a design play. You're going to see him here block, and he's going to get down the field. Almost a delay, a wide delay, knowing that that ball was going to go there. Rather a nice job climbing up in the pocket and putting it right on the numbers.
Well, we haven't seen Marvin Mims on the field much since that opening drive. And Caleb Williams in. This will be his second snap of the day. Fumbled the first one. Zips it out to Williams. Williams has the first down. He's inside the 10. What do you make of that? That's a pick of 17.
Yeah, that's kind of strange. But I guess you're just trying to get the freshman a rep, and it's not just going to be a running play, right? So not easy to designate and say, hey, you go in the game when he does. It's going to all be run action, a pretty simple pitch and catch there. And you see some of the quicks of Mario Williams. He's going to be the next great one at Oklahoma.
And Williams, top of your screen on the short side. To Gray. Gray stopped at the 2. Second and goal coming for the Sooners.
I'll tell you what you did not see a week ago was this kind of movement. Watch guard to guard here. Look at them move, and I'll use the word again, displace. Like water out of a hot tub, just displacing them, just splashing them out of the way so the running back can come behind. You didn't see that. You did not see that against the Mountaineers. They dictated at the line of scrimmage. You knew Bill Bedenbaugh's crew got an earful this week, and if you've watched that O-line coach develop players over the years, you had a sense they would respond. That's well done.
Kennedy Brooks in the backfield. They toss. He's in for the touchdown. Kennedy Brooks, but a flag is down. Multiple flags on the field.
Illegal substitution. Defense. 12 players at the snap on the field. That penalty is declined. The result of the play is a touchdown.
Touchdown for Kennedy Brooks, the 22nd of his career.
12 on the field, it doesn't matter because it still comes down to a one-on-one situation, and these are the tackles, these are the plays. Right, the ultimate team game does come down to these moments. One-on-one, who wins? Kennedy Brooks does.
4 drives for the Sooners today. They have cashed in for points every time, a pair of field goals and a couple of touchdown runs. Jeremiah Hall in the first half, Kennedy Brooks. An inspired opening drive of the second half for number 6, Oklahoma.
That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night.
Is that like their Hollywood sign?
I think it is fair to say the Hollywood sign of the Midwest.
Nice.
9-play scoring drive for the Sooners. They have scored on every drive today. A pair of touchdowns, 2 field goals. Kennedy Brooks, 2-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, they moved it every time, 20-20, and now they finish. And that is just well done. That's doubling up, right? Getting the ball a minute and a half to go, but in the second quarter, finishing with a field goal, getting it to start the second half. Critical.
Knowles from the 3. And brought down just past the 15. One of the questions today is where exactly would Deuce Vaughn be snap to snap?
It's been a little bit of everywhere, doing everything out of the backfield on the check down there. They put him out into empty situations on routes. They've used 2-back formations many times with he and Joe Irvin, where he's a blocker, he's a pass receiver. You do not want to let as you see multiple in a guy that's just as adept at catching it out of the backfield as he is toting it.
He had 164 total yards last year in the upset win against the Sooners. He is tackled for a loss. Nick Bonito, who had the lengthy fumble recovery return in the first half, drags him down.
Well, that was a good job at the point of attack. Bonito gets to chase it down, but setting those edges, right? So critical. Every D coordinator seemingly says it to us each and every week. Alex Grinch, we got to leverage it, right? We got to set that edge. They do it to the play side, and Bonito flashes that speed pursuing on the backside.
Loss of 2 sets up second and 12. Thompson, clean pocket. Checks down to Deuce Vaughn. What have you made of Skylar Thompson in what to many is a surprise start today? He was injured in week 2. But not the last couple of weeks. They called him doubtful for it today, but the 6-year super senior has been in the game the entire time today.
Poised, effective, I think elevate people around him in a totally different game plan that's really featured the pass so much more than the run. Very different script than the last 3 weeks. Now saying that, Alex Grinch right there, little adjustment. Well, we'll drop 8 in the coverage. If you're going to be pass happy and no QB run, we will make our adjustments defensively as well.
To pass on 3rd and 7. Right off the lower half of Pat Fields. That'll make for the first punt today for K-State.
Yeah, this is nearly catastrophic. This is going to be a little option route out of the backfield. And you're going to see Deuce right there. He gave a triple juke, and that is with the defender in your face as a QB. That is a no-no. You got to make just one move and make it in a hurry against a pressured look like that.
Mims signals for the fair catch. They'll let it bounce. And a friendly Wildcat bounce inside the 20.
Tackling in the open field. You got to get this crowd back into the game. And getting a stop here will go a long ways towards that.
The Rattler changing things up. He completes. He's got Marvin Mims. And an explosive play that the Sooners have been begging for. Mims picks up 40.
Really good protection here. Nobody can get home and into the face of Rattler. Again, a different picture than a week ago, and just enough on that ball. Could have put it a little more in front of Mims, but Mims slows down. The pass beats the one-on-one coverage, and finally a chunk explosive play, plus 20 for Oklahoma.
On the rollout to the sideline. Michael Woods. Brought down by Wayne Jones. Now for Joe Planterman, 3rd year with K-State, coming over. 2nd and 4 for the Sooners. On play action, he dumps it down to Jeremiah Hall. It was Rattler running till he throws for 11 yards and a first down.
I mean, it feels like at least 2/3 of these plays are Spencer on the move. And I can't applaud it enough. Just a little play action pass. What, 17 of 19 now for Spencer. Really has not hardly had a miss today. Many of them have been of that variety. Get out of the pocket, simplify the decision making, slow the game down, and just react and use your God-given gifts and skills. He's been sharp today.
The give to Kennedy Brooks. He's got a big hole. Somebody lost a helmet as a flag comes in. Esteron McPherson without a hat.
Holding. Offense number 52. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Still first down.
Second penalty on Robinson today.
That's the big right tackle, trying to get downfield to the second level. I think for these Oklahoma O-linemen, it just feels good to actually get away from the chaos up front and get to the second level. You're going to see the tug right here. A pretty obvious call. When the back judge makes that call from distance, you can see that jersey being pulled, the hook there. A substantial penalty.
Makes it 1st and 17 for the Sooners. They've scored on every drive today. They set it up for Willis. Willis gets back to the original line of scrimmage. Echo Boydo there with the tackle.
Play action again. I mean, just chart it, right? It is obviously the plan, and right now Kansas State's hard to make an adjustment. Kind of pick your poison if you're Kansas State right now. You know you don't feel great about playing just straight in hand-to-man coverage, so you stay in this 3 down front, often rushing only 3 or 4 guys, trying to keep everything you can as in front of you as best you can against Spencer. But it has allowed these Sooners to go up and down the field.
Eric Gray is thrown to the ground by Timmy Horn. He's having none of that. It's a loss of 4.
It's a little bit easier inside, Aaron, when you're not blocked. And this is some miscommunication, and this has been the challenge. Somebody, guard or center, has got to put a hand on the 300-pounder right in the middle. Otherwise, he'll just keep pounding that chest.
Talk about some whiplash. 3rd and 14. Pressure. Rattler throws behind. Stoops has it for the first down. Ball is out. K-State, was he down? And they're calling him down. Drake Stoops for 20 yards.
That is so well done from a timing perspective. Watch this. It's almost a little mesh concept deep down the field.
Early on the field,
Stoops playing off
down by rule prior to the ball coming loose.
And they're going to, I think, take another look. That elbow is down. He's clearly down. Left arm's down, right arm's down. Good call by the back judge there. But that's the danger. You want to bring people? That's one of the first times you've seen K-State bring 6+ people. You leave one-on-ones, and Stoops makes you pay.
Well, Stoops entered today, just 6 catches on the year. He's got a couple today. Play action pressure. Rattler steps up. Throwing, and this is they are ruling this a touchdown for Oklahoma. That was Michael Woods for 14.
And that was Spencer Rattler on the move, throwing an absolute dart. And I love the awareness here for Spencer. You got to make somebody miss. You work on that drill all the time, stepping up away from the defender, stays flat to the line of scrimmage. And there's the rocket, man. I said to you last night, he reminds me of Robbie Cano, or the feed in. I think that's all they're looking at. I don't think Woods had anything else to do but to catch it. That ball caught itself right on his number 8. But Aaron, I said to you in our meeting, he reminds me of Robbie Cano at second base. When Rattler is on the move, remember how easy Cano made it look, right? Thrown across his body. When he is on the loose to his right, he feels it's such ease to throw those rockets down the field. Beautiful.
Woods, his 2nd touchdown this year. Last year averaged 20 yards a catch with 5 scores.
And if you're Hennington, right, you're the free rusher there, you've got a chance to make the sack. And those are the plays, the one-on-ones that Oklahoma's making. And Woods and Mims and Williams and Rattler and crew making them pay.
Now, Rattler was perfect on the drive. He's been nearly perfect today, in fact. 27-10, Oklahoma separating from K-State. We'll be right back.
Still clown with the underground when we come around.
The noise, you're just competing against that team in purple. And that's nothing but scoring drives for Oklahoma today.
And Rattler and the offense booed last week in Norman. Time for our Above and Beyond, sponsored by Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above. We focus in on safety Pat Fields, the senior out of Tulsa, 2-time second-team academic All-American and named a semifinalist for the Campbell Trophy, presented to the best football scholar athlete. And we saw Pat Fields laying the lumber a little bit earlier today as well.
And we asked Alex Grinch, who's his future coach. He said, well, I'd say Pat, but he's too smart to get into coaching. But the coach on the field, no question about it.
K-State starts from its own 25. Play action. Thompson, plenty of time. He heaves. He wants a deep shot. And it is complete. Keenan Garber with a big catch down to the 20. Good for 54.
this a scissors concept deep down the field. Really only two guys going deep, and it takes a long time to block. QB hitches 4 times, but you've got 2 post routes about 30 yards down the field that intersects like scissors. And that was a play that Kansas State absolutely had to have, and I am sure Alex Grinch is furious giving up an explosive, huge chunk play like that.
Just the second catch this year for Garber. They flipped the field on one play. Draw to Vaughn. Deuce Vaughn cuts through inside the 10 and brought down. First and goal, Wildcats.
Well, not like these Sooners needed any reminder who they're playing. They know that this opponent is a 4-quarter opponent and has beaten them and come back for more than this. But the missed tackle right there, Jaden Davis has an opportunity, and for about the 3rd time in open field, you've seen the Sooner just grasping for air, trying to tackle the diminutive little running back.
And no team has beat the Sooners in 3 straight years since Texas did it, 97 and 99. K-State trying to join that elite club. First and goal from the 8. Back to Vaughn, this time stuffed. Shane Witter. Kansas State trying to answer Oklahoma. Sooners have had just 5 offensive possessions. They've scored on all 5. 3 touchdowns and a couple of field goals.
Well, this Kansas State defense needed this. Needed a little breather on the side. It could also use a touchdown here to try to get these fans back into this game.
Knowles and Brooks, 2 biggest wideouts for the Wildcats. Bottom of your screen. Looking and almost intercepted, looking for Malik Knowles. Jaden Davis got his hands on it.
And that is one of those plays that is a big receiver. It is your job in this situation. It's going to be an in-breaking route. That it's your ball or nobody's, and you cannot allow this corner now. That tug helps. And, and I think Jaden got away from one right there. You could see he pulls on the jersey. It propels him into that route. And usually those sneaky back judges see that. But Jaden got away with it and nearly got an interception.
K-State fumbled in the red zone in the first quarter. Almost an interception this time. Sets up 3rd and goal now. Thompson scoring, checks down, leads, Deuce Vaughn into the end zone. Wildcats answer.
A pretty cool concept here. It is everybody running crisscross, right? Just mesh concept. You got all this stuff, and then you're going to sneak Vaughn right out. And that eye discipline it takes defensively, you just lose it. You could just see the chaos, the massive humanity running between the hashes, and there goes the 5'6" little running back sneaking out for a touchdown. This Kansas State team did. But as long as the guys in the red and white take care of the football. Oh, an onside kick.
Oh, and K-State's got it. Ty Sedner, the kicker.
And the referees are all discussing right now, does this ball travel 10 yards before the kicker touches it? That is the whole key here. Nobody is blocking. Does it travel 10 yards? I think it does. And the patience it takes, and how long it takes for that ball to cross 10 yards for the kicker here, Sedner.
Rolling on the field is the kick. Went 10 yards and was legally recovered by the kicking team. First down.
What do you say, 10 yards and an inch?
The patience that you have to practice that. But when you practice it, you don't practice it with 50,000 people in the stands. You don't practice it with your heart racing a million miles an hour. But Sedner could not do it any better. I don't know what Lincoln is upset with here, because that ball does travel. He deadens the football, and then he gets on it before Oklahoma can.
The previous play is under further review.
In essence, Aaron, that really is a turnover. I said it felt like, and I was talking through the kickoff, it feels like if Oklahoma, right, just takes care of the football, K-State doesn't really have an answer. And you know who else felt that? The head coach. And that's why you make that call.
Well, we bring in Mike Pereira on this one. Mike, what do you make of what we just saw there?
Boy, I'll tell you, this is really close. Listen, the ball's got to travel 10 yards. It's like a plane. So think of it like the goal line. The ball just has to break the plane. So the question is, where was it touched first? Did he touch it first before the ball actually broke the plane? It just is so close and so hard to tell. To me, again, look at what did they rule? They ruled that actually it did go 10 yards. And I think when that's called, you got to look really basically at this feed. It's the best shot. When you do slow it down, does it break the plane before he touches it? I just don't think you can overturn that.
No, I don't think you can either. Another question for you, Mike. Does it matter about that block right there? Does the kickoff team not have to block anybody as well before he touches? Did that come into the discussion at all?
Well, they can't.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field stands. First down, Kansas State.
Yeah, the block, Brock, what it is he cannot actually block until he's eligible to touch. So that means that either the ball has gone 10 yards or it has been touched before that happens. He's got to initiate the block. And that is reviewable. So they can look at that in replay. Obviously, they didn't feel that time frame made that a foul.
Yeah, I think both guys were past that 10-yard mark. Thank you, Mike, as always, for that description. It's a plane, just like on that goal line, as Mike said. And you can't do it any better than Zentner. And you can't, frankly, make a better call. So I know Lincoln is upset. But I think when he looks at it on tape, he's going to see, the defender, the kickoff guys did not block anybody prior to 10 yards. And he's probably asking his guys up in the booth right now, right? Hey, did that go 10 yards? And Kleiman's upset because, hey, let's go play. I got the momentum, man. I got the crowd into this game. Come on, ref, get back in. You made the call. Let's go.
And never have we seen a kickoff specialist with as much swag as Ty Zentner has had today.
Oklahoma is challenging the ruling on the field that the kicker did not kick the ball twice. Therefore, it would be illegal touching. The play is under further review.
Oh, now this is a little wrinkle, Mike Pereira.
Did he double tap this?
I think he does.
1, 2. Heel?
Well, does that count? Or is that all in the act of one leg swing? Man, this is getting... Mike, this is getting pretty detailed here. He swings the foot once. The ball hits the toe and the heel. Is that a double kick?
Well, I'll tell you, Lincoln Riley's pretty sharp here. I mean, we're all looking at the 10-yard line. There's a kick, and then the ball touches him beyond where it was kicked. It was kicked into the ground and then bounced up. So, I mean, I look at this as an illegal touch because it hasn't gone 10 yards. Kick, then a bounce, and then it hits him. I think Lincoln Riley has a point here.
Wow. So even though the act is one swing of his foot right here, right? That's just one. He doesn't go kick it again. He swings his foot through once. That ball hits twice. That counts as a double kick?
I think it does, Brock. You know, again, kicks into the ground and then bounces and then touches him. So I think you have to look at that as an illegal touch, not going 10 yards.
And the last time you saw this was what, the '68 NFL NFC title game?
I think my dad told me about this play when he was about 16 years old.
Wow.
Mike, what are the ramifications if this is ruled an illegal touch? What's the result?
So if it's ruled an illegal touch, at that point, you've got the ability for Oklahoma to take the ball at the spot where it was touched.
Wow. Good on Lincoln Riley and the people that he has both upstairs communicating with him and on his staff. As Mike said, you have to have eagle eyes. We were looking at that thing. And it really didn't jump out to us, but it certainly did to Lincoln Riley with enormous, enormous ramifications here.
Thank you, Mike. Zentner's crossing his fingers now, but that evidence is pretty clear cut.
It kind of reminds me of a play you see in baseball, Aaron, right? With a bunt and a runner coming out of the box, and how that ball maybe it's just like, oh, how does that possibly? I swing my leg once, but it just so happened to deaden the ball, and I think Coach Kleiman knows it. And the reverse hat, like, I may not win this one.
Now you talk about a shift in momentum. This would be as good as an onside kick recovery for the Sooners.
Yeah, Lincoln Riley's looking up at the big board. They got a few of them in this stadium, and you do see the ball come up and hit him, and certainly the Oklahoma sideline says, let's go. Now, I want the ball. I want the momentum. Go ahead, Mike.
You know, I got to tell you what's really interesting about this is the rule book's really pretty clear that when a play has been reviewed, then the decision has been made, a challenge really can't be issued after that point. So that has to be another discussion. Now, replay's job was to look at both aspects, that touching after the ball had bounced, but the rule book's clear. Once a play has gone to review and a decision is made, a coach is not eligible to challenge.
After further reviewing the play, it was determined that the kicker kicked the ball immediately after it came off the tee. It was illegally touched, 36-yard line. Therefore, this ball first down at the 30.
So, Mike, what you're saying is, although this was the right decision based on what actually happened on the field, should this process of the second review not have happened?
Listen, here's the issue. Once a play goes to review, then it is up to the replay official to review all aspects of the play. So he's got to look at everything involved that could be reviewable. So the rule book states that once a decision has been made in review, then a coach cannot challenge after that point. So this is going to be discussed. Obviously, it's so unusual to play itself, but there's going to be lots of discussion as we go on this week about this play.
And I have a guess that Mr. Pereira will put that on the clip reel that he sends to all of us every week, because if he hadn't seen it and his dad had seen it, 50 years ago, it's worth discussion. And Mike's absolutely right with the magnitude of what this does to field position and momentum we talked about for some time in these parts.
Short field for the Sooners. Kennedy Brooks, a flag comes in after a short pickup.
Holding, offense, number 54. 10-yard penalty, still first down.
Well, it's going to be a hold on the left guard, Hayes. We also, Aaron, have heard from the replay booth, and they feel like from their perspective, it is a different review. That what they were reviewing on the spot of the ball and was it touched was different than the double touch that Lincoln had asked for. Remember, he had asked for that to be reviewed and challenged. So a little different of opinions from the replay booth.
Yeah, it might take a couple of days for this one to get on the same page. Now 1st and 20 after the penalty. Kennedy Brooks. Brooks gets beyond the original line of scrimmage. He gains a dozen on the play, brought down by T.J. Smith.
The good news is we'll all get to hear from the conference. Probably be an announcement either tomorrow or Monday as to the learning lesson was something, frankly, that we just do not see very often in football.
Well, never has a kickoff been so intoxicating as what we just saw. 2nd and 8 now. Rattler in play action. He is pressured, brought down, is able to hold on to the ball. Felix Anudike-Uzama. It's a loss of 4.
I think he uses the long arm right here on the left tackle. You're going to see the one-arm extension from 91. Call that a long arm, and he gets into the chest of the tackle. And for one of the first times, can finally corral and harass Rattler.
3rd and long. Now, early movement.
to the snap. False start. Offense, the 52. 10-yard penalty.
Third penalty on Robinson, his second false start. Rattler with time. Underthrown and intercepted by the Wildcats. Julius. Victory against Oklahoma. In motion Weber. They fake the handoff to him. Vaughn out of the backfield, shoved out of bounds right away. That was a shot of White. Third down now for K-State.
It's amazing, Aaron. This stadium can be as raucous as anywhere on third down, and then you get in these situations, and it is quiet. I mean, these are football fans that know ball and know the situations.
Gotta tone down those whistles, though. 3rd and 4. Thompson steps up. Checks down. He's got Brooks. Brooks has the first down. That's good for 14.
I'd be willing to bet if Skylar Thompson were fully healthy, he's scrambling right there. But there sometimes can be an advantage when you know you're not. Like Kurt Warner knew that he couldn't run. His son Cade, he's watching this game right now. He never looked to run. He looked to step up and find that check down. And for Messian, offensive coordinator, continues to call an excellent game. And for Skylar, knowing his limitations, he's doing an excellent job finding his outlets.
1st and 10 now from the 27. They fake it to Irvin. He scrambles. Thompson. And there is Landry Weber breaking free inside Sooner territory. He picks up 28.
And that's another case in point, right? You're going to see Skylar do just enough to avoid the sack and the contact in his lap right there. But eyes are downfield. He's not looking to juke and run. He has his eyes totally downfield. And once again, his security blanket Weber with another chunk play. And what a response from Kansas State after that onside kick blowout.
Weber's 3rd catch, matching his season total entering today. We are on our way to the 4th quarter. That's when things get real good between these two teams. We'll be right back. Today's team comparison sponsored by Samsung Galaxy. Brock, things have evened out.
Yeah, you're looking at what I'm looking at. That was so one-sided for K-State in the first half, but they were not able to sustain the drive. Oklahoma's gone up and down the field. One interception and a tremendous response here from K-State.
They give to Irvin. Tries to cut upfield, not going anywhere. Swarmed by the Sooners. Deshaun White, one of the first to drag him down. It's a loss of 1.
Yeah, White just defeats that block. He and Asamoah are just carbon copies, man. 6'1", 220. It can run. And you see the paint all over the top of his helmet, too. I love that look. Those are collisions with those offensive linemen. Willing to sacrifice and in that time use his speed to get around the offensive guard.
And 24 Asamoah last week at time for team high 9 tackles against West Virginia. And they go empty here on 2nd and 11.
Deuce Vaughn to the bottom.
He finds Vaughn and just throws it past his fingertips. Incomplete to bring up 3rd and long.
Yeah, he has him, and we've talked a number of times that Deuce has an advantage at his size. In protection, sometimes getting out of the backfield. I think on that occasion, with people in Skylar's face, he did not have a clean look at where 22 was, and a rare miss from Thompson. By the way, the 10th time Deuce targeted this afternoon. I think a point of emphasis to get their best player the ball.
He's got a team-high 7 catches for K-State. Where do they go here on 3rd and long? They go to the ground, and Vaughn is dragged down by the hips. It was Nick Bonito, the first to pull him down. It's a loss of 2.
This is a really good job inside, though. You're going to see a stunt and some movement, but the eyes are up. So often you see defensive linemen stunt and just run into darkness. An excellent job by Ellison to create the chaos. And once again, Bonito cleans it up, man. The dirty work in front of him, but Bonito cleans it. And this is an interesting call here on 4th and 13. I think, again, reflective of the struggles defensively to go for it here.
Good so far on 4th down, but this is a much longer journey than before. Thompson rolling, scanning, and that catch was made by Landry Weber. Good for 18 yards. What a grab.
Well, I think even more so, he is running his route totally away. But the awareness of the senior, does that ball get completed?
The ruling on the field of a completed catch is under further review.
They're immediately blowing the whistle and going to see the ball can hit the ground. The ball can hit the ground, but it cannot move, and that is going to be the question, I think, for the replay booth. Hey, replay booth, if you thought the onside kick was a big deal, here's another one for you on 4th and 13.
As they sort this out, we will step aside.
It is too. That ball moves just enough, right? I said it could hit the ground, but it cannot move, and there you see it move and adjust. To Mike's point right there, using the ground for the completion. Chris Kleinman doesn't like it. A couple tough calls. But in this instance, I think that's absolutely out of play. And to come back and give his QB even an opportunity, phenomenal.
Yeah, Mike, thank you. I'm afraid we've exhausted our Pereira hits, perhaps.
He wears that 3-piece for a reason. He's good all 60 minutes.
He's been busy.
Overtime, he don't care.
So going for it on 4th and 13, backs fires. Rattler and the Sooners have it with a short field. They go on the ground to Brooks. Brooks stops. Aaron Jones started his career as a safety last year. Has moved to linebacker.
Well, in that time, they moved him right up into the box. We have seen them play pretty conservatively, keep everything in front of him. That time, he's unblocked, and he meets Brooks right in the hole.
Pressure coming. Gets rid of it quickly. Williams. He's tripped up in midfield. That was Russ Yeast, the Louisville transfer.
That's a big-time tackle sifting through, and now another 3rd and 8 situation. This defense has to respond.
Rather with time, completes to Mims for the first down. Preseason All-American moves the chains as Reggie Stubblefield a little slow to get up. It's a pick of 16.
Yeah, this is good. You're going to see him come right across the second level of this defense, and Rattler can feel the zone and throw it right off the ear. Could have even possibly thrown it a little bit earlier and avoided that shot that he takes from Stubblefield. But a pretty easy window on the 3rd and 7 for Spencer to deliver.
Stubblefield, the grad transfer, played parts of the last 5 years at Prairie View A&M. Broke his hand last week against Oklahoma State. He's got that hand clubbed up today. And talking with some of his teammates, one of the toughest and most interesting guys on this K-State team.
Yeah, he is the entertainer. He also is, we learned yesterday, an incredible griller. He won the grilling competition they had amongst teammates. And maybe he had an advantage because Stubbs barbecue, as we understand.
It's in the family. He is a descendant of the sauce.
And that's hard, man. You got a broken bone. You're clubbed up. Joe Kleinerman loves him. Does not love that 3rd down conversion for his defense. Look for them to have to be here in the 4th quarter. I think a little bit more aggressive than they've been. Yeah, he's looking at those safeties all at 10 yards deep. Communication with the sidelines here for Spencer with what he wants.
Kennedy Brooks, the running back. Touchdown earlier. They give to Brooks. He's got space. He turns upfield. He's on his feet. He breaks loose and is brought down inside the 5. First and goal, Oklahoma after a pickup of 28.
Yeah, Spencer is looking at that front, and he's looking to the sidelines, and just look at the amount of space here. Look at, I call them bubbles. That's what O-linemen call them, and look at the size of that gap. There is nobody even in the picture there. And you give Kennedy Brooks momentum, he is going to run right through an arm tackle.
A high missed tackle by one of the most vicious tacklers of this K-State secondary, T.J. Smith. First and goal from the 4. They feed him again. And he lunges forward. He is just shy. Second and goal inside the 1.
And I think the folks in the jersey say they're continue to feed the beast here. Just continue to push that bile. Much better job here from Lincoln Riley's students, Bill Beatonbow's offensive line. Figure 26, can't even watch it, got to be a part of this.
College football sponsored by Geico. Everybody in the house today wanted to see K-State upset Oklahoma for the 3rd straight year. Meanwhile, the OU offense, not many chances at it, but they sure have been efficient. 6-play drive, 52 yards. Jeremiah Hall, his 2nd touchdown today. K-State to start from their own 25.
Bill Beatonbow, one of the most respected offensive line coaches in the game. Talked to him beforehand. There was no flinching. Had a great week of work. Felt like his group would come together, and you lean into your veterans. Watch the left guard Marquise Hayes here on this little shovel pass. Don't take your eyes off him. Watch him as he pulls around, and he just eats and pancakes and then finishes. And that feels good. That's called a pancake right there. And offensive linemen love that. Hall gets the touchdown, he gets the pancake, and Beatonbow's crews responded. Doubled up their rushing effort from a week ago, just 57, 115 today.
Under center. Thompson checks down to deuce 5. And Fox gets crushed. That was Brian Asamoah. Is it more like a silver dollar pancake, though, if you do it to a whiteout? I mean, does it count as the same?
Well, I mean, to be fair, he had 115 pounds on Wayne Jones, the undersized converted safety linebacker, but no, those big guys like to eat. And when they get a chance to finish like that, trust me, in tape room tomorrow, Monday, that's going to feel good.
Irvin on the ground, trying to find north and south. He does, upended. As Pat Fields, the safety.
There's been a lot of patience for Kansas State offensively today. Now is not the time for patience. Under 9 minutes, knowing the defensive struggles you've had containing Oklahoma, I'd like to see the pace picked up here. I know this is a critical 3rd down. He, once again, is going to the wristband. That usually means formations and shifts for Courtney Messingham, the offensive coordinator. But if you move the chains here, it is time, I think, more than anything, to go up tempo.
Well, they hand to Sennett. Sennett's got the first down. He's dragging everybody with them. Ben Sennett's first carry of the year. He picks up 9.
Man, and it's not often you hear a staff rave about a fullback, but they love this kid. 255 pounds. They say he runs a 4.6 40. He's finally healthy, and he takes a couple Sooners for a little ride.
And you can see that equipment on his elbow. He injured his elbow in fall camp. Last week saw his first real action. Knowles the motion man. Thompson finds Knowles. Hit right away, right in the ribs. Justin Broyles, it's a loss of 4.
Oh. We saw Gronk take this shot and bruise his ribs to the point that he didn't make the trip for the Buccaneers. listeners, this is one you may just let sail over your head. Oh! And as a quarterback, you hate putting your receiver into a car accident.
That was Reggie Grimes on the back end. He forced the fumble earlier. 6 tackle for loss for the Sooners. 2nd and 14 now. They move Deuce Vaughn across. Back to Vaughn. Vaughn into Sooner territory. Close to a first down. And now Broyles is slow to get up.
Remember, Broyles playing in the place really of Turner Yell today as well. So you are starting to get pretty thin in that secondary.
Well, they tend to Broyles will step aside. Just over 7 minutes to play. 7 minutes to play. 3rd and 1 for K-State. Deuce Vaughn is tripped up. Billy Bowman with a critical tackle.
Wow. You don't see that much, right? With green grass around him, you just typically don't see and have not seen a Sooner in the open field bring Vaughn down. I think this is one that Deuce got to just put his shoulder pads down and get the first down, but he tries to bounce right here, and he bounces right into the nickelback. That's a big-time tackle from the true freshman.
4th down and 1, midfield.
4th and 1. K-State 3 of 4 on 4th down. Knowles in motion. They go back to Vaughn. He's got the first down. He spins forward. He picks up 5.
Okay, and again, now this play clock, you got to get up and go. This play clock should not hit 25 seconds.
5 yards on the play. Good for
Isaiah Coe is down. We've got a timeout on the field. 1st and 10 now. K-State trying to pick up the pace. Thompson stepping up. Dumps it down to Deuce Vaughn. Vaughn's got green grass ahead. Makes a man miss. And is brought down shy of the 10. He's body slammed in fact by Pat Fields. That's a pick up at 32. That flag is down.
He is just so good at leaking out of the backfield, and with a full head of steam, he is nearly impossible to tackle. I think this is frustration as much as it is anything else from Pat Fields. I think the conversation was, hey, did the whistle blow? Because you were allowed to tackle. And
After the play was ruled dead, personal foul. Defense, number 10, unnecessary roughness. A penalty results in half the distance to goal and an automatic further down.
Half the distance to the goal, plus the 32-yard gain. It's 1st and goal at the 6 for the Wildcats now. Deuce Vaughn inside the 5. 2nd and goal.
On the run.
But again, look how much time this is going to take in a 3-score game. Right, that snapped at about 5:30. You run an inside zone play. And I know you've got 3 timeouts left, but this is, to me, a little surprising from Chris Kleiman, the amount of time you are taking off the clock.
Especially with a 6-year senior quarterback?
Yes.
Up in the backfield. Vaughn's not going anywhere this time. Isaiah Thomas, a loss of 4.
It's a pretty good defensive stunt. It's called Meet a Deuce. You can see the 2 ends here. Absolutely. Benito on one side, Isaiah Thomas on the other.
7 yards.
Just collision Deuce Vaughn before he can get started.
Thompson. End zone, touchdown. What a day for Landry Weber.
Wow, and that is way too easy on the corner. Jaden Davis here at the bottom of the screen, number 4. Playing some zone coverage, but you've got to have a feel for where that receiver is. And the amount of cushion he gave, he did not trust that Pat Fields would be behind him on the corner route here. You've got to trust that safety is there. That is a breakdown in trust between the two, and Davis in particular. That is too easy. A touchdown.
First career touchdown for the senior, Landry Weber. And what's going on here? Another onside try, and picked up easily by Mims.
Yeah, that was not close. The surprise element, very good, other than the double touch. But that was about 4 Wildcats clearly offsides as they tried the 2-kicker double pump fake. No good.
Offside on the kicking team. That 5-yard penalty will be added to the end of the kick. First down, Oklahoma.
Sooner ball with 4:15 to play.
His linebackers can take advantage of play action, and they've done it.
They give to Brooks.
And it will lead, and Chris Kleiman knew it coming into it and said as much to us yesterday that the bye week will be very interesting as they study themselves. They went to this 3-down look, and they really felt like they had the personnel to do it. They lose Duke, their best edge rusher. And I think they'll have a conversation of, do we even have the personnel to play this? Or should we just go back to 4 down and protect our guys at the second level a little much? A bye week at just the right time to have those conversations. And I'll be curious in the second half, schematically as much as anything, what K-State sticks to.
This time it's Rattler. First down carry, he slides. Under 3.5 minutes.
You know, West Virginia employs this scheme, but you watch them, and they got some dudes up front. And they're 3 or 4 just small people and get after you, as they did to Spencer in the O-line last week. This is a different group for K-State. They don't have some of those horses. They don't have that size. And that's why I think Lincoln Riley knew matchup-wise. As you see him once again communicating and signaling to Spencer, there'd be opportunity to get right today.
No surprise, on the ground again. This time Brooks is brought down. Spencer Trussell. Oklahoma, in consecutive weeks entering today, set the low water mark for most points in a game under Lincoln Riley. And today they have put 34 up with time for more as we look now at our Pacific Life game summary, sponsored by Pacific Life, more than 150 years strong. Protect what matters most.
Well, it was Spencer on the move, and I love this as much as anything in the plan today. That was a beautiful toss to Woods. Kansas State does what they always do. They respond. They play a 4-quarter game. That's just a wonderful call. Little shovel pass, Mahomes-esque. Kansas State can't just finish him. They're not going to roll over. The touchdown there. Congratulations to Weber, the first in his career. And now Oklahoma looking to finish, as K-State will utilize those last couple timeouts. Good effort from Skyler. I think will only get better. A bye week will help him, will help that knee continue to get well.
On 2nd and 15, a hard run from Kennedy Brooks. Sooners leading rusher. He's found pay dirt today. Was his 22nd career touchdown. Yeah, you go back a couple of weeks ago against Nebraska, 23 points. Last week they never led until time expired. The walk-off field goal. Sooners put just 16 points up in a win, however, against West Virginia today, 34. Rattler has been close to perfect. 22 of 25. On 3rd and 8 now. Rattler tucks, now throws, open man, and a hard collision. Jeremiah Hall, a flag is down. That was T. Denson to upend him.
Illegal block in the back. Offense, number 17. It's a 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Still third down.
Yeah, that's the right call. That is Mims trying to help his quarterback out. He's having the conversation. Hit in the back. You got to get your head around. And you'll see him. He's in the slot here. Well, play action. You come down to block. You got to get your head across. You hit in the 5-5. You're going to draw that penalty. A little jump pass though from Rattler.
Iowa winning last night. There's Gabe Burkich on for his third try. This will be his longest of the day. His career long is 56 twice. This is well within his range. He goes almost right down Broadway. Well, he is as close to automatic. This OU staff, they were angry. Angry about the last 2 years against K-State. To add to the frustrations offensively this year for OU. Lake Knowles. Past the 20. Knowles past the 30. He's on his feet. He's trying to break one, and he will for the second straight week. The third career kickoff return for a score, 93 yards. Since Kansas in October of last year. This will be the third onside kick attempt for the Wildcats today. And that is not going to get it done. We have a timeout. It was right to the hands of Stoops.
Yep. Prior to the ball being kicked, timeout, Oklahoma.
Rattler was fantastic. Number 6, Oklahoma. After losing consecutive seasons to this K-State team, an unranked Kansas State squad, Oklahoma comes to Manhattan, Kansas. They put 37 points up on the board. And they take down the Wildcats 37-31. And the number 6 team of the country remains undefeated. 13th straight win for Oklahoma. Their longest win streak since 2016-17 when they won 14 straight. And the 50th win for the Sooners under Lincoln Riley. Well, we're glad you could join us today. For my partner Brock Heward, I'm Aaron Goldsmith. We'll get you out to Major League Baseball coverage right after these messages.